Hello everybody, and thank you very much for tuning in to watch this battle report. We're playing 5th edition Warhammer Fantasy battles, but with a slight twist. We're playing with these Flail of Skulls sort of homebrew rules that they've written. That's Johannes and Casper in Denmark, and it's just got a few slight changes to the 5th edition rule set, but I think really positive changes, and for the most part. So it was just fun to play this with Justin and Paul for the very first time, and yeah, I think overall we really enjoyed it. But you'll hear our comments later in the video. I just want to apologise for the length of the video. It's only like 30 odd minutes, but we're on like sort of national holidays at the moment. My son's at home. I'm babysitting because my wife's at work, so we're just doing this sort of post-turn kind of update and that kind of thing. But at least it sort of captures the game on the day, and gives us our thoughts about what we think about Flail of Skulls. This is not the first time I've played it. I've played it a couple of times. I've played it remotely with Johannes in Denmark. So guys, look, just sit back, enjoy the post-turn updates. There you go, Director.
Alrighty. We got 3,000 points of Dwarves versus Wood Elves today. So you want to start with the Dwarves?
Let's go with the Dwarves.
Okay, let's start with the Dwarves. We'll start with this side.
This list was written by my good mate Totter in Denmark.
Yeah.
So, we'll start from this side. We've got the gyrocopter, we've got a small stone thrower, we've got 10 crossbowmen, like bugman ranger crossbowmen. We've got a bolt thrower, we've got a unit of 10 slayers, we've got a unit of iron breakers with the runesmith in there as well. We've got 10 thunderers, 10 crossbowmen, another 10 slayers. There are no characters in the slayers units. We've got a grey wizard in the unit with the king on the throne with his hammerers. So they're like 20-man units. And we've got a unit of longbeards with the female character, and Todd did all these names and that kind of thing, which are unpronounceable, but she's Rin Bolg, the lady fat belly. It translates because he's done all these dwarven, all the dwarven language for all, which is awesome.
Also, she's married to the Lord.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, because Grombolg is the.
So she might not have a fat belly. She might have inherited the name Fat Belly.
Sounds like it. Yeah. So really, really nicely done. Like the wizard's name is Johannes van Vegel, which is like Johannes' first name, one of my last surnames.
Typical Empire name.
And Casper's last name. So that's really cool. I like how he did that. But yeah, I'll post up all the details of the armor so people can look through it and check all the names, and that's quite cool.
Alright, that's 3,000 points of Dwarves.
3,000 points.
And Paul, do you want to talk about the Wood Elves?
So we got blade riders with spears and longbows here, regular tree men, not Durthu, 5 Warhawk riders with full command and bows, 9 war dancers, and the mage is hanging out with him as well. I got Orion, some dryads here, got scouts and way watchers in the forest.
Trying to hide in the forest here.
Yeah. I got level 4 mage on Warhawk.
Some more dryads.
Some more dryads. Full command with monopose archers, and these are just glade guard with spears and armor.
Hiding behind the tower.
Yeah.
So actually, a lot of elves, a lot of dwarves, only one forest on the battlefield. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
Alright, you ready to get started, and we'll see.
Hey!
Ooh, dwarves.
Alright, 5 or 6 to tie.
Oh,
hey!
6 to 6.
I'm
All
going to do
right.
my vanguard moves too. Before,
Okay.
Because it's just the Flail of Skulls.
Yeah.
So all the elite units can make a vanguard, which is like a march move. So I'll march my King's unit and the Longbeards. They'll make a march move up there. But I'm going to re-roll for that, so...
Oh, no, we have +1 because we finished first.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, so, cool.
So we good. So elves get to go first.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll do the movement, we'll do the turn, and then we'll come back and summarize it. Okay. So we've just done the Wood Elf turn 1. You can see here we moved a lot of things upwards from this flank. the sort of the Glade Riders, the Warhawk Riders, the Treeman, Orion, the Dryads, the War Dancers, the Scouts, and the Way Watchers. So they all came up, and everybody who could shoot shot at the organ gun here, and we managed to score 3 wounds on the crewman. So that was a success, but it took everything on the side for that to happen. Magic phase was 6 on the Winds of Power, Winds of Magic. Tried casting, what was it called? Earth Blood, but it was dispelled, so that was it. Nothing big happened on the Magic phase.
Yeah, my level 1 wizard, the only thing she can do is try to steal cards from Josh on his turn.
And even that was dispelled, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mage is now, the Warhawk Mage is hiding behind the tower, just flew over from the bridge, and then archers moved back, shifted over a little bit, and then the 4 more Glade Riders came up. The archers shot at the gyrocopter over here, but didn't score any wounds or hits. And that's it. That was the Wood Elf turn 1. So we took out 1 War Machine, moved a whole bunch of things up the flank. Now we're going to get ready to see what the Dwarves are going to do on their first turn.
This is Dwarf turn 1. So we've got the fat-bellied lady. She's got the Spectre of Norgrim, so she got an extra inch of movement plus another inch of movement because of the throne being within 12 inches of enemy. And they just marched up here, and the throne and the hammer is behind them. The Slayers are moved up, they get an extra point of movement because of the throne. The Ironbreakers are moving up as well with the Troll Slayers here. The Gyrocopter moved over there. The Bolt threw a shot and killed one of the Elven Scouts over there.
Yeah, Glade Riders, yeah.
Blade Riders, sorry. And then the Crossman opened up and killed the remaining.
4, 5, and 6s, and then all wounds. Yeah.
4 wounds and falls. Didn't
They're
say
all
any of
dead.
Yep.
The Stone Thrower landed a perfect shot at 36 inches away on the Dryads and top right back smack bang in the middle, but then rolled a misfire. No surprise there. And then the magic, because we did magic after movement. I had the bridge. This Bridge of Shadow spell, and it was dispelled, unfortunately. Then I tried to do my bound item for the Ring of Bolins, which is Bless, and that was also dispelled, so that's 1 use only, that's gone now. And that's it. So now we'll go to Elf turn 2.
Alright, we just finished the turn 2 of the Wood Elves. So first what we did was we moved the mage, flew the mage over here, and then the archers came out a little bit from the tower. And then over here, we moved everybody up a little bit. The Way Watchers hid in the trees. Warhawk Riders flew over here. And then the Dryads moved into the forest. War Dancers moved up a little bit. Kind of reposition things around here a little bit to hopefully set up for a charge next time around. Following the movement, we had magic, which didn't do anything. We tried the Paul's Jade magic spell, but was dispelled again. And then the shooting was all of it bounced off Dwarven armor harmlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, Orion missed his one spear, which would have been the one really standout part of the.
That one's quite unfortunate. Yeah, Orion's spear did it miss or did it just?
Yeah, he's supposed to kill 7, but he missed.
He missed. Yeah, otherwise it would have.
It's those dice. It's those dice. Paul. Use the same dice of Man of War, mate. And you
I think they shook out some of the garbage in the second epic game. I used them in.
Okay. Yeah, the epic game they were all like hot. They were hot as.
So yeah, after
the dwarves saved every single armor save. I think it was like 5.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 pluses, which is nice.
Yeah, 5 and 6, and I rolled every single one.
Not a single Dwarven casualty this time around.
Right, and even the Slayers.
Even the Slayers. Yeah.
Got out of danger there from the Warhawks shooting. So.
Okay, so that was turn 2 for the Wood Elves.
So I'm running at the gyrocopter across here, dropping the bomb on these.
Very unmapped hammer.
What's it called? They're
War Dancers.
War Dancers. Oh! Okay, it's going to go 10 inches that way. It's probably going to hit the bridge. Oh, it was worth a shot.
Oh wait, 1 second. So the dwarf player rolls an artillery dice marked to, just the artillery die you roll.
Oh, just the chiller dice.
Yeah, and then it bounces. The bounce follows the same path as the gyrocopter itself, which can be unnerving. So like the chances that
it goes that way.
Yeah, it could bounce on top of you again, but
Right.
it went bump bump bump, and then
Boom.
explodes way in front of you.
Right, gotcha.
I got 2 mighty.
Turn 2.
Pretty good for you.
So probably the biggest thing that happened was that I charged Paul's Glade Riders, and they had the
Feigned fleet. I think.
Feigned Fleet, right? So they ran off 9 inches. They ran off 11 inches.
Yeah,
off
it was
the
a little too
board,
far. Yeah.
and off the board. Unfortunately, the miners came on a roll of a 5, I think.
Yeah, the miners. Yeah, I think I rolled too high anyway, but the miners edged them over towards the table edge a little bit
that's
more.
what I
which
wanted
might
to
help.
sort of encapsulate that
Yeah.
around a little bit more, so make it a little bit more difficult. Plus, I can sort of occupy that quarter as well with them. So they popped up, which is cool. And then Paul reminded me about the miners too, because I totally forgot about them. And so they popped up. Fortunately, you saw the gyrocopter and
The bomb that didn't
that bomb didn't
bomb
do
that
anything,
missed.
unfortunately. But that was quite fun. The crossmen have been totally out of the game now because they can't see anything or out of range, and the iron breakers are moving up towards the bridge here. And that is it. So, yeah, not so eventful this turn, but now we've got a Wood Elf turn 3.
Right. Wood Elf turn 3 just finished, and actually quite a few things happened.
One thing happened.
A few things happened, but alright, first of all, shooting.
Oh, yeah, we took out the
gyrocopter got taken out by the scouts, and then there was a hand-to-hand combat here, and then 5 slayers were slain by the Way Watchers.
Let me check one thing.
War Dancers.
Where's your battle stand bearer?
I don't have a battle standard bearer. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have
The
one.
mage on the
I don't
Warhawk
have a battle standard bearer.
lost the combat and got driven off by one of their crossbowmen, and so he's here. And then the big one was here. Orion, threw his spear, killed 4 dwarves. What were they?
Yeah, but it was the horn.
Longbeards.
Yeah.
It was the horn caused a panic test.
The horn, and then his horn caused a panic test, in which they failed.
I rolled double 6s.
Josh rolled double 6s
And then
11
And then
for the flea also.
off the
I rolled 11 for the flea, so I could
The
roll
flea?
higher. No, I rolled 10. Sorry, I rolled 11s minus 1
minus
for the flea.
10.
For
So
nine.
that was enough to get him off the table.
And
So they're
because
gone.
the rules stipulate they have to roll, you got to move away directly away from the enemy, not like back here kind of thing. It's really weird because it's either like directly away, or it's like away this way. Like I could go back this way or not, but I just said okay, well it should be off the table then. So unfortunately, the Longbeards
Longbeards are gone. The magic phase, nothing really happened on the magic phase. We tried to do a buff with the Flail of Skulls rules. You could try to do a buff, but it was dispelled. So that didn't work out this time. But
Yeah, you try to do some kind of metamorphosis kind of
yeah, it
spell.
was
where you can change
with
it
the
to
mage,
bear,
yeah, but it didn't quite work
Raging Bear or something like that.
out. Yeah.
But
So the game has turned a little bit towards the elves' favor, but we shall see what happens next turn.
okay, that was Dwarf turn 3.
We try to go together. on that.
Okay,
You can
so
also do that.
War Machine actually got to fire off and it actually killed one of the Dryads, the Slayers. Paul killed 3 of them, I killed 2 of them in return. The Dwarf Kings moved up there, marching up along there, and the miners moved across there as well. The Crossman shot and killed 2, the bolt thrower killed 1.
Archers. Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. The spells I used, I tried to get off the Bridge of Shadows with total power, but they dispelled it. And that was it. So then we're going to high off turn 4.
Okay, that was turn 4 for the Wood Elves. So first of all, the mage charged back in, rubber lance. Exact same thing happened. Didn't score any wounds, and they got driven back again over
Yeah,
here.
we're not getting the spell.
It was not going to work. Yeah, and then the Warhawk Riders came down for flying high, and then landed here, shot at the bolter, managed to kill 1, but didn't do anything beyond that. what else happened here? These guys, okay, nothing here. And then the War Dancers and the Slayer combat continued. The last 2 remaining Slayers were slain. And then, now here, what happened here, Paul?
Oh, so Orion and Durthu charge the Throne of Power. We blow the horn, and he unfortunately Josh just doesn't know how to roll under a 10.
His king is really afraid of the horn of Orion, and then
so he fled from
horn.
Fled.
Failed a panic check, unfortunately, and no matter how many times I look in the Dwarf book, I can't find anything saying that anyone's immune to panic. So the unit fled, but there's just no combat resolved.
Yeah.
He should rally this turn, and then we'll be in the same position we were at the beginning of the Wood Elves' last turn.
Yeah, so let's see. So it still looks. What do you think? It looks pretty even, or?
Yeah, I mean, it might come down to
Quarters, right?
quarters held at this point.
Still a lot of dwarves, but the dwarves started out pretty strong, but had kind of fizzled a little bit. But we'll see. Let's see.
Recap of turn 4 for the dwarves. So basically, the Ironbreakers moved up here on top of the bridge. They rallied, thankfully. The wizard tried to cast the Bridge of Shadows spell, and then Paul and Justin did Drain Magic. And Flail of Skulls Drain Magic is that you don't roll, you just automatically lose a level, and you can choose a spell of your choice to discard. The Crossman shot at the archers and also the Bolt Thrower, inflicting 4 wounds, I think, all up, and anyhow it caused them to make a panic test and they failed on a roll of a 9. The Slayers are moving up into that quarter there. The Stone Thrower again misfired, rolling to 4, having to repair for the turn. And that's it, so we're going to Wood Elf turn 5.
Alright, so this is round 5 for the Wood Elves, the big combat round. We finally got 2 spells off for the first time. So both Paul's, what's that spell called?
Earthblood.
Earthblood.
So I'm in the
Earthblood, and then the Savage Beast of Hordos both got off. Then we started here with the big combat. Orion actually did not score any hits.
I
scored hits, but didn't score any wins.
I think rolled. I had 4 hits and 0 wounds.
And then the hammers actually didn't do any wounds to him back, so that was. Okay.
I took 3 wounds.
Took 3 wounds, but saved them.
No, I took.
You took 3
Orion
wounds.
took 3 wounds already,
Okay,
so I only had 2 left.
Wounds. Okay, and then, so Orion took 3 wounds. The Tree Man didn't score any wounds. Yeah, actually had a really poor showing. The Dryads managed to, Drycha managed to score 1 wound on the, actually did not score any wound on the Wizard.
No, the Wizards passed Jade Hamlet save.
Yeah, Jade Hamlet ward save. And then the Dryads killed 2 of the Hammers, but the Hammers did not damage the Dryads. And then afterwards they lapped around. So all in all, kind of got stuck in this position here. And then the Waywatcher, actually right before that shooting phase, the Waywatcher shot and managed to kill 4 of the Thunderers, so that was a really good showing on the shooting side. For the first time they shot this whole game. And then finally, the Mage, after 2 failed attempts, managed to kill 1 of the crossbowmen, and now remains in combat. The Warhawk Riders also charged the crew of the catapult and killed 1 crew member. But they passed their leadership test, and then now they're still in combat. So that was it. Okay, so that was the last round of the game, Dwarf turn 5. Huge combat over here.
The biggest thing was in the challenge. There was 3 or 4 wounds caused to Orion, and he managed to pass all of his special saves. If I fail 2, I lose him, and that's 400 plus points.
So Orion held, and then Drycha attacked and killed. Actually did 1 wound to the. Oh no, actually wounded the.
No, I think it went to unit.
The unit.
Yeah.
Killed 2 on the unit.
We had 5 on the unit total with her and the.
Yeah, the Dryads took out 5 dwarves on the unit, and then the Tree Man managed to kill the wizard, and the unit did 1 wound on Drycha. But the combat stayed. Josh passed the leadership test, but overall, I think it's been going the direction of the Wood Elves. Over here, couldn't get the charge off, but the Dwarf unit crossed the bridge and still facing off against the Dryads, but we have a contested corner here, or a contested area here. And finally in this corner, the Mage on Warhawk, after 2 failed charge attempts on the second round, killed 2 Dwarf crossbowmen.
You got your spell off too, yeah?
Got the spell off too, yeah, last time. The Warhawk Riders actually managed to finish off the crew of the catapult thrower with the catapult. So this time that was better result for the Wood Elves. Okay, now we're going to look at the victory points and come back on that. Victory points
Much
now.
closer game than it looked like. So it's basically two victory points from the expensive Wild Riders, the expensive Glade Riders,
Yeah.
and 1 victory point from the less expensive Glade Riders, for just a total of 3.
So 3 points for Josh, right, for the Elves.
Yeah. Now, if this weird thing didn't happen, it easily could have been 6-3, and then we were just playing cagey.
Yeah, so no banners, no table quarters.
Yeah.
So
if Orion had died,
yeah.
Josh would have been up to 7.
Okay, so right now, what is it right now? 10-3?
10-3 is what.
So 10 for the Wood Elves, 3 for the Dwarves. But it could have easily gone the other way.
Yeah, I mean, if Orion died, I think it just gets tight if Orion dies.
Yeah.
I think we might still win the combat because we
Yeah.
did do pretty well over here.
So somehow the Wood Elves won, even though there's still a lot of Dwarves left on the table.
It's the small units, and we could easily get poached the same way if things are
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I don't know. The Mage could get knocked out. Orion could have gotten knocked out. Those would have made big deals.
Yeah, so what are your impressions of the Flail of Skulls rules?
No, I like it. Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of it is like 6th edition stuff added back in.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy. Like, outnumber is a nice rule to have.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
The magic, I think the magic phase was good too. Although it only worked once.
No, but that's just because of
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's fine.
just kinda weak.
We just had a
Cast
bad magic.
Yeah.
We just had a weak magic.
I reckon
together.
it should be like Man of War, where I can cast a spell, you can cast a spell, just 1 spell each. I think that'll be nice.
That's 4th edition magic, right? Yeah.
No, 4th edition you can
You
cast.
you just go back as much as you want.
But in Man of War you can cast 1 spell for each side. I think that'll be nice for this edition.
Yeah.
To have something just a little bit different from any other edition.
Yeah.
So that'll be quite cool. If they
But
can do
overall, yeah, it seems pretty good actually, right?
Yep.
Decent. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the dwarf changes were really nice.
that. Yeah, the
so
dwarf change is really good.
So like these units being like regular unit fast was like it was like enough to see like a nice difference.
I think original 5th edition rules,
pace.
Dwarves would not match this well against Wood Elves actually. I mean, they wouldn't be this move around this much.
It's good to see like some flying cavalry for once.
Yeah.
So it's good to see those like really, like flying high, coming down. Tackling those range units in the back lines and that kind of thing.
To like
quarter.
I like one thing I like is that at least the way that they're set up over there, we couldn't just we could just diving charge into a like any of the artillery, because we have to go to the front, and all of the frontage was terrible. Like we would have been double engaging with the crossbowmen, or if you do the smart thing and flee, like
that's true.
Then the unit just lands right in front of the artillery, and then those crossbows could have gone to town.
I forgot about that. I should have done that too.
I know. I mean, the way
I was glad to get the first 2 combats like wrapped up because I beat him with the first 2. And
with the mage,
I drove him off. With the 3rd one, he got the spell off, and I didn't have any dispels that turn.
Yeah.
And it got through, and that made the difference. But
Yeah, that spell's pretty good.
Yes.
Savage Beast of Hordos
Yeah.
for the mage.
Well, yeah.
Turn the mage a lot more effective and close.
Paul's spell was the best one, I think. That one.
Yeah, just that one thing just make you always worry. Just always drew a dispel out if you needed it.
What's it called again?
Is Earth Blood.
Earth Blood. Okay.
So Earth Blood
really
is
good. Yeah.
I'll disappear onto the card and then teleport anywhere around the board.
Yeah.
Also, on the turn that I reappear, I receive the first D6 Winds of Magic cards, and if I had wounds, I heal wounds.
It's pretty good for a 1 power
it's a
Jade
really good
Jade spell. It's pretty
yeah.
good, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like you're always gonna dispel that just because you don't want to lose D6 cards your next turn. So.
And I had spells I really, really wanted. So like the Pit of Tarnos.
Oh yeah, no, that
I had the bridge.
you were one bridge away from
Yeah.
probably winning the game. Like
So I had the spells I really, really wanted, but I just couldn't get them off.
if you bridge into Orion, if you bridge into Orion or Durthu alone, or even Orion and Durthu together, like with the way we were set up the second time after we charged you, where you could have bridged right into both of them, I think you win that combat. Like.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason we're winning over here is because we were breaking ranks and then also causing extra wounds with the Dryads.
Yeah, Dryads turn out to be pretty effective for once in close combat, actually, with the extra attack and also the extra strength in the second round. So
Yeah, no, the Dryads are just so nasty. I can't. I need like a good fire weapon to take them out.
Yeah.
I have the But yeah, good thing is that maybe on the 22nd we can do a rematch of this. Dwarves against Wood Elves again.
maybe redo the terrain a little more forest and a little less buildings.
Less, because Paul was trying to pull me back on the terrain, and I said, no, we'll have more terrain.
I liked it. I can play.
I know.
Even with dwarves, I can play around all this terrain. But
it's
for the elves, it's no problem. But for the dwarves, it's the dwarves had like good.
To be honest, I think it's okay for you. I mean, it wasn't really a hindrance.
No,
without the no marching, marching blocking thing.
It was only funny. It was only funny because after every single roll, I asked Josh if he wanted to stop. Because
and we did it twice too. We did it two times.
Because I placed, and then he placed, and then I'm like, "Do you want to stop?" And then I placed again. Then he didn't want to stop, so he placed again. Granted, a lot.
We'll redo the terrain anyway. So I'll get here earlier for that. So
yeah. And just one last thing on the Flail of Skulls. They let the Dwarf miners pop up in on a 5+ on turn 1. So this isn't. I played War Machine for a while, and you could not forget the models that did this. Like there were ambush models, and you like if you didn't remember, that no one was going to help you. So there's no chest. There's no chest clock to put the one model on top of, but like you got to put one in your like dice tray or.
Oh, to sit on one.
Just fucking eat one, just hold in your mouth. Just like gotta make sure you do not forget it.
You have to throw one at me or something like that. Yeah.
Alright, Josh.
But thanks again to Toto for making the list. I really enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't do better with it, but I had a really good time, and I think the guys, Paul and Justin, had a really good game today. Really liked the Flail of Skulls edition. And it's good to see these kind of hybrid systems where they're evolving, they're changing, and people are updating, and people giving feedback, and they're open to feedback, and they can adjust lists, and they're evolving the rule set all the time.
Living rulebooks are the only way to go now. With
totally
digital,
agree with that.
with digital everything. Yeah.
Like we like playing Warhammer for nostalgia, but seeing these kind of homebrew rules and that the living rulebook type systems are really good and fun. I've had more fun playing dwarves in Warhammer Renaissance and in Flail of Skulls now than I have done with the early editions. So
we have nostalgia, but they didn't write good rules back in the day.
Yeah, well, it's
you have to innovate a little bit. I think it's good.
You can enjoy nostalgia from time to time. I still like playing 4th edition straight, but playing these versions is really
Well, it definitely made the dwarves a lot more viable, and this is a more viable matchup.
Oh, right? Mate, taking the Throne of Power that can march move and give +1 movement to guys, and you have the Vanguard move for your elites. I mean, that's awesome. That kind of thing really makes me enjoy.
No, it felt good.
Bringing out the big toys. So
because without the Vanguard move and everything, Justin actually would have gotten his move up, sit down, get the trap set up. Then can you charge him? Can you not? And then half the time you guys are not even gonna get to push me out of the forest.
Yeah.
So that was Yeah, the Vanguard move is nice.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So lots of positives to take from it. So yeah, thanks guys. I hope you guys had. I know you guys had a good time.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to definitely play it again. So
All right.
okay.
Thanks everyone. Until next time.
Signing off, Justin.
Signing off, Josh.
Writer, producer.
Okay.
Again guys, thank you very much for watching the video. These are some sort of still shots we took on the day. And if you're curious about the Flail of Skulls edition of Warhammer 5th edition, I'll leave a link in the show notes so you can go out to their Facebook page, and all the PDF files there to download you can find in their files section in the group, and with all the army books and that kind of thing. The army books are pretty much exactly the same. So all your, the pages are just photocopied basically, and they've just adjusted the points on certain troop types, and the limitation on characters is now 35%. You could have 35% plus on your regiments and that kind of thing. So yeah, only some slight changes, but I think they're all pretty positive and pretty good. I would like to see some more action in the magic phase, just altering that slightly so that at least your opponent, when it's not their turn, they can somehow be involved in the magic phase more rather than just sort of dispelling, trying to stop spells. I would like to see, at least one spell per turn, per magic phase, for example, as I stated before. But let us know what you think down below in the comments, and hope to see you again for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.